What's your ABS on this car?
8.
8. Right.
Yeah.
Bring that right down to 3.
I was going to bring it down.
Right. So when you're in the pits, if you go to advanced setup and go to drivetrain, it'll tell you.
I can change it all now. So tell me what you want me to change it to.
Yeah, I'm just telling you. You can look at it whilst you're in the pits. In fact, you're going to need to do it in the pits anyway because you're going to have to save it. Otherwise, it will reset every time you go out there.
Okay.
Okay,
I come through this corner in 4th gear normally. You want me all the way over here, brake there, back on the accelerator, down to 5th, into this corner, flat out.
As soon as you're stable, no.
Right, as soon as you're stable, get the power down and get it flat.
Back up.
All right, you now have to say it 50 million times.
See, what you're doing is you're talking whilst you're moving forward.
Right, okay.
Because I can't tell you where the next bit happens.
Okay.
You're going to hate me, but you don't need to brake for that corner.
You do.
No,
you do. You know the dude that flipping set the world record time. I don't care
what he does. You don't need to brake for that corner.
You do. Right. Even
honestly,
mate.
You don't.
Okay. You're fully adamant, and there's no point me arguing with you that is something that does not need to be done. You're entitled to your opinion, right? What I'll lead you to is, right, you need to now go to Le Mans and speak to every single GTE race driver and say, this corner you don't need to brake, because every single one of them do. I will go on my next lap and I will go through there, not to prove you wrong, I will go through it lifting and we'll see if I improve. Yeah? This is a lot better. This is... I didn't realise a change like this would affect me. This is insane.
Welcome back. I've got Spike with me today. How you doing, Spike?
Hey, mate.
We're back on Le Mans. This time we're in a McLaren because that's what Spike drives. And we're going to be trying to get the car configuration set up. If you haven't watched the previous video with Tez, the idea was that, or the limitation that we keep running into is that none of us really know how to set a car up properly. So I sat and spent hours and hours and hours sort of researching it, trying to learn some stuff, and now we're trying to put that into practice. Now, with Tez, his driving style, because he's only been driving on a wheel for 3 weeks, was a little bit rusty, so we ended up spending most of our time sorting that out. Spike, on the other hand, is, I think, probably a bit tidier, because we've already done some sort of practice and improvement and stuff, he and I. So, hopefully this time round it's going to be a case of tweaking the car so that he can get maximum confidence at the end of the day, maximum lap time out of it. That's the plan. Right, first question is, what is your, as best to your recollection, your personal best on this track ATM?
408, I think.
408, okay, we'll go with that.
Possibly maybe a 407, but please call it a 408.
Let's call it 408. And what's your target for today? What would you like to get out of it?
I would love to sustain under 410s every lap.
Every lap. So you want a bit of consistency.
Yeah.
Okay. If you had a new personal best, that's what your target would be.
I'd love to get a 405. Yeah.
405. We shall work on that and see how we get on.
No, I
personally think a 405 is on the cards.
Well,
I don't see any reason why not.
What I can do in this car now, because I've been using the Gen 1 for a couple of weeks, so I haven't got a clue what kind of lap time I can do in this.
Right, so that's a 408 on a Gen 1.
Yeah, I do believe it is. Well, that throws your numbering out like a flipping wildfire, doesn't it?
No, not really, because it just makes my job easier, because you should theoretically have a faster car today. So you were saying to me before we started recording that you had a couple of corners that you were aware of you could go faster in. What are those corners?
I'm not sure how to take the actual chicane at Dunlop Bridge.
Right.
Like I can get into it now.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure where I'm meant to be applying the power, if I'm meant to be applying power, any of that kind of business. See me go through it in a minute, and then probably the last chicane. I can drop to third, go through the first one, and then drop to second, but I'm not sure if my lines are any good, and if I could maximise more on that.
Okay, so that's the 4 chicanes, yeah?
Yeah.
Right. Are you quite happy with 4 chicanes? I've got you going through there pretty much flat out now, haven't I?
I could probably go faster. I'm still listing.
You are? Okay.
Still lifting here and there, yeah.
Well, that could very much be...
This corner I'm coming up to here, without realising when I was talking to you earlier, I was actually in 5th gear and I didn't drop to 4th like I normally did because it didn't change. So I went through it to 5th. So I was like, oh, okay, that's sustainable. This is me in 5th right now, absolutely muffing it up.
You just put the power on a little bit too early there, that's all you did. You had that perfectly lined up. All right, let's see if we can get a lap time in then, so we've got something to start working with. 4:22 is not a lap time of your pedigree. You're definitely faster than that. So your lines are really very clean. I don't really have anything significantly standing out that I think you need to adjust in that regard. So it may just be a case of making you or encouraging you to drive faster, get more on the edge. And then that's when we start seeing the corners where you're struggling and the corners where you're confident. So I notice, one thing I do notice is you're very cautious about putting the power down coming out of the corner. Is that because you tend to spin in the back end?
I don't want to spin.
Does that happen a lot?
Let me get through this.
Right,
wow.
4:07.
Holy crap!
There you go. You just set a new personal best just by being in my presence. Right, we'll update that.
Just finding a different car. Wow, man, that's amazing.
Oh yeah, and the new car may have helped a little bit as well.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah,
Dude,
right, we'll
a 405 is on. A 405 is on.
Right, let's just change the
I
personal best.
I think I could have been faster through Porsche curves.
Yes. Did you stay in 5th all the way through that?
No, I was 4th gear.
All the way through it?
Yeah.
Okay, so there's a possibility there to go.
Plus, I muffed the first turn up, so I've definitely got potential to be even quicker than that.
Right, well, this could be a really interesting session then, because a lot of what we're going to be doing today, rather than changing your lines and stuff, is going to be about changing the car setup so that you're more confident putting your foot down, as it were.
Okay.
So what I want to start with is your setup. What's your ABS on this car?
8.
8. Right. Yeah. Bring that right down to 3.
I was going to bring it down.
Right. So when you're in the pits, if you go to advanced setup and go to drivetrain, it'll tell you.
I can change it all now. So tell me what you want me to change it to.
Yeah, I'm just telling you. You can look at it whilst you're in the pits. In fact, you're going to need to do it in the pits anyway, because you're going to have to save it. Otherwise, it will reset every time you go out there.
Okay. So traction control's at 6. What do you want it at? 3?
No. 3's. I think traction control at 3 is a good idea. Let's do that.
Add brakes.
ABS, I think, let's start that at 3. I think we can go a lot lower
That's
than that.
anti-lock brakes, it says.
Yeah.
That's the ABS system, isn't it?
Yeah.
So 3, did you say?
3, yeah. I think we could go lower than that. But let's not jump too high before we...
Yeah.
Right, so just save that and give it a logical name so that you can, we can add to it today, but always go back to it if we want to at a later date. So each time we like that, let's add another thing to it. We'll give it a new name, a new save name.
I've called it Test 1.
That's good.
I've got 80 litres of fuel in the car.
What's your brake bias setup as ATM?
5743.
So that must be the default then. Okay, that's fine. Right, okay. So if you head out then, and what I want you to do this time...
I'm amazed.
I mean, you've already set a very, very good time.
Sorry, I mean,
but I would say...
I've done that.
I would say to you that you weren't really pushing. You were very relaxed. I mean, yes, you were concentrating. Yes, you were driving properly. But I think there's a lot more in there. If I was in front of you doing about the same time, I think you could have squeezed a bit more out of it. Yeah?
But yeah, possibly.
So this time, normally I tell people to drive around with like 75% effort. I would like to see you at 100%. So it's the last 2 laps of Le Mans. I'm ahead of you, no, Max Verstappen is ahead of you.
No, not that idiot.
He's 3 seconds away. You've got to close him down. The only way you can do it is to pull in a 405. Okay?
Okay.
And all we've done is tweak your ABS and your traction control. Let's see if you can do it. Right, let me know how you're taking Indianapolis, by the way.
Okay. Do you want me to talk you through it? I will talk you through it. You see, you know these corners now, mate. Listen to you. Indianapolis. My goodness me. Right, brake, down to 5th, on the power again, brake again, down to 2nd, roll it round the corner, no power, back on the power again, down to 3rd, let it roll, back on the power again. Try something different. It's me out lap and I don't care. Down, back on the power. I'm in 4th gear.
That's how I used to take it.
Yeah, well, my plan was there to basically go around that in 4th gear, and then when I got into the next corner, up it to 5th, and then bring it back down 2 corners later to 4th. That was my plan. How you used to get me.
That's how I used to do it. Yeah, that's how I used to do it. I'd have to analyse my own driving to know which was fastest. To be honest, I don't know which one is fastest.
That's the first time I've lost it on there for a long time.
That is interesting.
To what?
Didn't look that hot. Didn't look that hot.
It felt hot.
Right, I'm going to be quiet and let you do a couple of laps. Let's see what you can pull out. I really want you to go for it though, mate. Really punch it. Max Verstappen's right there, okay? That was damned unlucky. I think you caught a bit of the grass.
Yeah, probably. I was 2nd up already.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So shake that off.
That first turn was crap. Like on that 407 that I've done. That first turn was awful. So
Yeah.
there's definitely a second, maybe 2 seconds to be made up there already. And then if I keep it clean all the way through, there's a 4:05 right there. Just from that one corner.
I'm going to make a prediction on what you can achieve today, lap time wise.
Okay. I won't pew.
I'm not going to tell you what it is.
All right.
I will tell you later.
Cool.
But
you've got a figure. You've got a number in your head, and you think.
I do. Yeah. Slightly higher than what you think you can achieve.
Right. Okay. Don't believe it.
There's that hill. We'll work on that corner tonight. We'll get that sorted.
I don't normally do that.
It's because you're pushing.
It's because I'm trying. I'm pushing.
Yeah.
I'm pushing.
So this is what I was saying to Tez yesterday as well. It's quite interesting. That, like when you come down here and you're coming up to 𝘧𝘪𝘮, there's a little bump as you go around this corner here, and you put the power back on. There's a little bump just as you go around this corner. That one. Now, if you're not pushing hard, you'll never notice that that's there.
Yeah, you can see it. It's visible. You do know it's
there.
Yeah,
it's visible. But what I mean is, it doesn't disturb the car. If you're not pushing very, very hard, it doesn't disturb the car. If you've got the car right on the limit, there's a chance it will disrupt the car.
Yeah,
you have to be aware of it.
When I come round that corner and go over that rise, I lift ever so slightly.
Yeah. That's one way to deal with it. You can take a different line, you can lift, you can short shift. There's a whole bunch of different ways you can deal with it. But as long as you're aware of it, you can then deal with it. And the same thing goes on the 𝘚𝘪𝘮 chicane. There's a hill there, and when you're pushing it, it loves to throw you out. It really does. Right, so this time, let's just do it because it's a dead lap, isn't it? Stay in 6th and go into the corner exactly the same as you did before.
Do you want
and then
me to brake?
No.
You want me flat out or lift?
Just go into it exactly the same way you always do, but in 6th. Okay. Yeah. Normally, correct me if I'm wrong, you don't put power on as you're going round the corner, right?
No. And that's what I did. So
that's what you did then.
Right.
That's why you spun. So next time, just do exactly the same. Pretend you're still in 5th. Get it round the corner, line her up straight, bang on the brakes. You shouldn't need to give her any more acceleration because you'll be going so much faster already.
Right. Okay.
That you won't need to do that.
I need to tell my head that I don't need to do that then. That'll take a little bit of convincing.
Yeah. Exactly the same as when we started going through there that fast originally. It's just going to take you 2 or 3 laps and you'll get it and then it'll just feel comfortable. And I don't want this to sound weird or whatever, but I'm watching you drive around and you've improved so much in the 6 months that we've both been racing, as have I. And it's really visible in the way that you're driving. Your lines and everything really clean.
Thanks, mate.
Right, go get back Max Verstappen. Make him pay. That's unfortunate. What sort of time were you on?
I was a second up.
Yeah, that does not surprise me. Did you lift before you went into that? The previous corner.
The Indianapolis.
Indianapolis, thank you.
I braked on the entrance to it, and then
right, okay.
I let the car roll, and then I started braking.
Right, but did you see how completely under control you were?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
It wasn't scary. It wasn't difficult to control.
I had to tell myself when I was going into the corner exactly what I have to do. And
exactly. That's what I do.
Before I did it.
That's precisely what I do.
Because you're teaching me something that my brain's so used to doing, and it's programmed to, it's muscle memory for what I normally do in that corner. And you told me to do something completely different. And
next time, see if you could do it without braking before you go into the corner.
Oh, crackers, mate.
You definitely can do it. I promise you.
You want me to
flat go
out?
Get. Go get him.
You want me to flat out round that corner?
Flat out. Well, don't brake. We'll do flat out later.
Just lift. Then.
Just lift. Yeah, right, just lift.
You're not going to believe my potential.
Don't allow yourself to get distracted by that.
I know, it's a 403. Now the car's completely unsettled. I cannot do that in 6th gear. As soon as I start braking...
You absolutely can do that in 6th gear.
As soon as I start braking, it throws the car.
Yeah, I'll tell you exactly why. Because you didn't have the car settled. So as soon as you touch the brakes when the car is not settled, it's just going to go. It really is.
You can't leave it too long to wait for it to settle though, because you need to be braking.
Well, this is the thing, you see. You feel like you need to be braking. But because you've lifted off the throttle, the car is already braking. The engine braking is already active and working. So when you put your foot on the brake and start dropping gears, instead of because at the moment you tend to go 1, 2, 3, 4, like that. You'll be able to go 1, 2, 3, and you'll be down in second instantly.
The thing is though, when I frantically try to change gear, no matter how little it is, my thingy doesn't, my paddles don't like it, and they don't change.
I suspect, and I could be wrong, you could be right, it could be your paddles, but I suspect it's the engine protecting itself in the car, and you're just trying to double tap, drop a gear at a time when the engine can't do it, and it just won't let you. Okay, I'm just going to say one thing. Do you remember we had a little chat last week about how you hit your braking point, you drop your gears, you get yourself into the perfect position, and then for some reason you give it a little bit of throttle?
Yeah, I accidentally did it that time. Leave me alone.
You've done it a couple of times, I've noticed. Really try and refrain from that, because otherwise your cornering would be so sharp and on point that it just makes you faster. I know it feels like a slow corner, but that's because it is a slow corner. But you're actually making yourself slower. By giving that little bit of extra, just that tiny bit of throttle, you're disturbing all the balance, and then you've got to find it again in order to get around the corner, which is why you're going wide.
I'm braking.
We'll get it.
Should I be braking there?
Once the car is straight, yes. What you could try and do on that corner is stay a little bit further left and get a little bit tighter on the apex.
Right. You know what I'm going to do? Okay. I'm going to do a me lap. I'm not adding extra things to the boil or anything like that. We'll get there with you, but for now I'm going to do a me lap, and I'm going to set an actual proper flipping lap time, and then we'll tweak it. Because I've only set one lap, and I know I can go faster on a knee lap. I'm not being a knobhead, I just feel that we're adding too much to the flipping blend right now.
That's fine, that's fine, that's fine. It's not a problem. We'll go with it, it's fine.
What the hell went wrong there? It's just not slowing down.
How you getting on there, buddy? You alright?
I think the car's faster.
I think you're faster. I think it's you that's faster.
The car is a lot faster than the Gen 1. That's what my brain's telling me.
Right, I don't think it's that. I think it's you. I think you're pushing harder than you normally do. And that's putting you on the limit, which is good, because if you want to win, that's where you need to be. But it's exposing the areas where you're not 100% confident, which again is good, because you can work on that.
Driving on the bloody edge. Ridiculous. Probably brake a lot flipping later than that.
That was unfortunate.
The car did not want to. I took my foot off the accelerator, and the car did not want to go into fifth. I hit it about 3 times before it decided to do it.
Yeah.
What's that all about?
That's the engine protecting still.
So how do you get around that then? You want me to brake? You want me to brake slightly and then put it into fifth?
So what did you do that time? You just get the throttle flat down?
The throttle was not flat down at all. Oh, for Pete's sake.
Oh, so you went through it in sixth?
No, I went through it in fifth. I tried to go through it in fifth, but the car ended up going pretty much through it in sixth.
Right, so then when did you try to drop to fifth?
The minute that I went, just before I went into the corner. And then the car decided to go into fifth when I got round the corner.
Right, okay.
Frantically hitting the flipping paddle, telling it to change bloody gear.
Stick with what you've been doing before. I've got some car setup ideas I think are going to help you out. Give you a bit more confidence.
Yeah, it's starting to get shot at the minute. As if you can't tell. The hell's going wrong with me tonight? This is ridiculous.
Just relax. You're getting yourself too tense. The more tense you are, the less you're going to feel what the car's doing. How tight are you gripping that wheel?
Yeah, reasonable, not like over the top.
You should be sort of fingertips all the time. You want to feel everything that's happening.
Did that for a while. Just flipping throwing it all away tonight.
Don't stress yourself out, man.
I'm sorry, you probably disagree with me here massively, but I feel like I'm wasting your time right now.
Not at all, not at all. There's a lot of stuff I want to take you through and talk you through, and some techniques and stuff I want to share with you, but I don't want to overload you. So let's just get a lap time in. Let's not push 100%, let's give it 75%. Let's start getting a couple of smooth lap times in, yeah?
Come on!
Keep it clean.
Seconds
Right, now
faster.
give me 100%.
2.5.
Now push.
That was pretty much 100%, mate. Honest to God. That's a 405 right there.
405.231. Let's go. You're up already. Let's go.
I want to know where these lap times have come from, because I certainly wasn't doing these when we played it on when it was on 3. If you're there.
Yep, okay. Like I say, if I go quiet, it's just because I'm writing or thinking or something.
Can you go around again?
Is this a valid lap or is this a dead lap?
I'm 2.5 seconds down.
Okay, bring her in. Let's make a couple of little changes, and we'll send you out again and see if we can't get you a 404. Yeah, we could be breaking 4 minutes tonight, mate. If you trust me, and if you keep driving like that,
of course I trust
you'll
you,
be good.
psycho. What there's bloody some corners that my wheel just does not want to do for me. Oh. Oh. Sorry. So much better.